History repeats itself. Written by XX that underscore harem underscore writer XX on archive of our own. Read and brought to you by me. A Harry Potter fanfiction featuring the ships Draco Malfoy and Harry Potter, Regulus Black and James Potter, and Scorpius Malfoy and Albus Severus Potter. Summary. Throughout the years at Hogwarts, there's always been something that's always stayed the same. And by this point, it must be genetic. A Slytherin and a Gryffindor falling for each other. Or, as it's more commonly known, a Potter and a Malfoy Black. This story plays out the characters' pasts, presents, and will constantly flick through the different timelines. Still, as the phrase says, third time's the charm, right? That's what McGonagall hopes for anyway. She doesn't think she could bear this repeating a fourth time over. Timeline structure. 1974 to 1978. Regulus and James era. Also known as the Marauders era. 1995 to 1999. Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy era. Also known as the Golden Trio era. 2021 to 2025, Scorpius and Albus era, also known as the Cursed era. Chapter 1, the Prologue. 1974. It was at the end of his fourth year when James began to notice him properly. Before that, well, he thinks there probably was always something there, since from the first time he met the other, he was a little fascinated. But it only began to grow on him over the summer of his fourth year, starting into his fifth year. That the arguments weren't really arguments at all. And now that James played the conversations back in his head, the arguments sounded a lot more like back and forth flirting than they did in a fight. Which was not good. If Sirius found out that James had realised that possibly maybe he might have a small crush on his brother, well, he'd be a dead man, that's for sure. James didn't quite know how to put the situation. He didn't quite understand why he was so fascinated with Regulus. 1995. Maybe it was the way he held himself. Proud as always. Prim and proper. The perfect hair that Harry always wondered what it would feel like, since the way the other had been styling it recently. It looked sorta fluffy. But the two had been at each other's throats since they met all those years ago. So what was different now? Okay, so yes, puberty happened. But that can't be the only reason he was seeing this boy in another light. He needed to know why. Why he was suddenly thinking of Draco Malfoy during his every waking moment of this summer. Not even every waking moment. Every dream, every sleeping moment too, was filled with thoughts of the blonde-haired boy. Harry was desperate to know the reason. He knew there was something bigger than what he could come up with behind all of this, but he just didn't know. Although, something dawned at him as he laid in bed tonight. It was the night before Harry would be spending the rest of the summer at the Burrow. The thought of what would happen if his best friend found out. Shit, he's going to kill me. 2021. Shit. James is going to skin me alive if he finds out that I like the boy he's been totally bullying for the past few years, Albus thought. Not only that, but something else began to dawn on him. And shit, Dad. Oh, I'm totally crushing on his enemy's son. Fuck! I'm dead. I'm a dead man. Albus whines to himself as he drops the pillow onto his face. Glad that Dad thought, since both the boys had hit puberty now, that they now had their own rooms in the house. He would have died on the spot if either of them found out about his feelings for Scorpius. Especially when he wasn't even fully sure of his feelings himself. He wasn't even actually sure whether he was actually feeling the feelings he was feeling. After all, it felt like there was something bigger going on than what he could see into. Still, the worry about James and Dad finding out he may like Scorpius was playing on his mind deeply. 1974, 1995 and 2021. This was not good. Not good. Not good. I can't believe I like that guy. How the hell am I going to face him when I start back in 2 weeks? End of chapter 1. The prologue.